The last horse that I selected is Rosie. Rosie rides much like a thoroughbred. If the rider is not impeccably balanced, she will get quick. In addition, suppleness does not come naturally to her. She can be very stiff. With the novice rider, she would just as soon do motorcycle turns on the ends. I selected her to show that a horse like this can do the exercises and can, over time, become soft, responsive, and supple. In addition, I show how I do these exercises as a part of my daily routine. I may not do every exercise every day in any particular order, but I always do some every day. I choose what I feel is the most appropriate for that horse, depending on what they need and where they are in their training. So let's take a look at these exercises on Rosie.
Up next, we're going to be demonstrating the exercises on Rosie. Rosie is a 10-year-old Chicaner mare. She and I just recently won the 2010 Dover Classic Finals. We actually won a tack box. I was really proud of her. She was a good girl. And today, with her, I'm going to be demonstrating these exercises on a different mount. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the exercises as I'd be doing them in my normal daily workout, like working and training the horses. And I'm just going to tell you and to explain you what I'm doing, but I'm going to kind of give you a sense of what I'd normally do. Now, what you're going to see is you're going to see me working exercises 1 and 2 at the walk. And then as I move into the trot and canter, you're going to see me working all 4 exercises. And I'm going to be constantly mixing them up. I'm not going to always be doing them in order. I'm going to constantly be asking questions. Okay? So let's get started. Normally, when I first get out in the ring with my horse, I kind of start to play with him a little. I ask him to bend in a little bit, bend around the circle. Just ask him to pay attention a little bit to me before I start trotting and cantering. Now, if you would see me doing this on a regular day, it probably wouldn't be like distinguished circles. I'd probably just do it here and there, mix it up a little bit. Ask her to go around a little off my leg. Might ask her to change directions. Do it going to the right. Bend in a little bit. Just to kind of stretch her out a little, walk her out, get her paying attention to me before I start working really hard. Might go straight. Ask her to move around my outside leg. And I'm going to switch off and on a little bit. I'll do a little bit of exercise 1, a little bit of exercise 2. I might mix it in a little bit. Might go exercise 1, and then I might go exercise 2. Just ask her to bend around my outside leg. And once I think she's ready and paying attention to me, I'm going to start picking up the trot. Let me just get clipped in here. Maybe. I'm going to start out, I'm just going to let her loosen up a little bit. Let her kind of stretch her muscles. Might be a little different weather today. Just let her get out. Pay attention, get a chance to kind of breathe. And then once I think she's ready, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go ahead and go right into exercise number 1. I'm going to sit the trot. I'm going to ask her to bend in a little, as I would do in normal exercise 1. Then I'm going to go straight. Just going to go back, let her loosen up before I go into exercise number 2. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into exercise 2. I'm going to sit my trot. Ask her to bend around my outside leg. as exercise 2. Now I'm going to go back on the track. And I'm going to go right into exercise 4 instead of doing exercise 3. So I'm going to ask her to collect her trot. Collect a little bit more. I'm going to ask a little bit more of her. I'm going to ask her to go back to a working trot. Then I'm going to ask her to lengthen her trot. Ask her to really open up that stride. Then I'm going to go back to a collected trot. Change that up a little bit. I'm going to go into exercise 3 as in a collected trot. I'm going to ask her to bend in, bend out, bend in, and go back on the track. I'm going to go back to my working trot. And I'm going to do the same exercise number 3. Bend in, bend out, bend in, and back on the track. Now I'm going to go ahead and sit and collect and do exercise number 1. Ask her to bend around my inside leg, then opening inside rein. I'm going to go straight, ask her to bend around my outside leg. Exercise number 2. And then I'm going to go back on the track for my working trot. Now I'm going to change directions. And start doing all my exercises going to the left. I'm going to go ahead and go right into exercise number 3. I'm going to bend in. I'm going to bend out. I'm going to bend back in. Now I'm going to go into exercise number 2. I'm going to sit the trot. Just going to bend around my outside leg. Outside leg, outside leg. Just going to move around that circle. I'm going to go straight. I'm going to bend around my inside leg, exercise number 1. I don't want her over flexing. I'm going to go back on the track, my working trot. Now I'm going to go into exercise number 4. I'm going to open my trot up. Ask her to really extend. I'm going to go to sit my trot. Ask her to really collect. And really shorten that stride. And I'm going to go right into my canter.